Today I will be talking about access and unlocking a Tesla Model 3 or Y. This covers using the keycard, smartphone, smart ring, key fob, and the interior LCD screen. First, every Tesla Model 3 and Y comes with two keycards. The keycards are paired to the car, and I'll show you the process later in the video. If you lose a keycard, they are easily replaceable at the Tesla Service Center for a minimal charge of $25 for two cards. I have heard recently that the cards are now $35 for a pair. Next is the smartphone. You can also link the phone to your car and use the Tesla app as a key. Let me start the app right now. Here you can see the main screen with the charge level on top, a graphic of the car, and then buttons for HVAC, frunk, and lock. Below that you can go into submenus for climate, controls, charging, location, upgrades, and service. If you press the I button to the right of the phone key, it will give you some tips if you're having problems. For example, the tip for turning Bluetooth off and then on should clear up any issues. The only times I've had a problem with the phone is if I accidentally left the Bluetooth off. The app needs Bluetooth on to work. So with the smartphone, you just need to walk up to the car and press the door handle or trunk button, and it will open. Also, you can just use the app if you want to open the frunk or lock the doors using the buttons on the main menu. Press controls to open the submenu. This area has lots of buttons for remote access of the car. Up top, you can vent the windows, flash the lights, honk the horn, remote start, open the frunk, trunk, and use HomeLink. Below this are options for setting valet mode, which limits the car's acceleration to 25% and max speed to 70, as well as disabling HomeLink, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi settings, and the ability to disable mobile access. Sentry mode that can record the exterior using 4 cameras. And finally, speed limit mode that can cap top speed between 50 and 80 miles per hour. We need to go into the phone settings since the phone key needs 3 things to allow it to work well. Do a search for Tesla, then click on the icon for Tesla. Click on location at the top. You can set this to while using or always. Go back to the previous menu. And as I mentioned before, make sure that Bluetooth is set to on. And finally, make sure that the background app refresh is enabled. Of course, this is for an Apple iPhone. For an Android phone, you would need to do similar settings. Next, this is a new item I received today. This is a smart ring by CNICK and is one of a number of different rings that offer the same ability as a keycard, except it's easier to carry on your finger. Let's have a look inside the box and get a closer look at this ring. It comes in a nice box and is packaged well to reduce the chance of damage. This is the Amazon webpage for this ring. It comes in gray and black finishes. I chose the gray color. I think it looks rather nice. If you prefer a narrower ring, there is one made by COLMO that has a 7mm width option. These rings are made with an RFID chip and antenna from a keycard. The antenna is then wrapped around the circumference of the ring. There are videos that show how to dissolve a keycard and to extract the chip and antenna. I ordered a size 10, which happens to be my ring finger size. It fits very well and is just slightly larger than my size 10 wedding band. This last unboxing today arrived from Tesla. This is a 2nd generation key fob that sells for $150 on the Tesla store. Let's open the box and see what it looks like inside. Here we have a very glossy key fob in the shape of a Model 3. The box opens up like a lot of modern electronics do. It even looks like a display. The first version of the key fob did not have passive ability. You had to manually press the key fob to unlock the car. This new version allows proximity locking and unlocking, so you can keep the key fob in your pocket and just press the door handle to open. In order to tell at a glance, the new version has Tesla printed on the bottom, while the old one had Model 3 printed on it. The key fob has a panel on the bottom that can be removed to access the inside. Press your fingernail into the opening on the rear of the key fob and then pull out the cover. Now you can see where the battery gets inserted. Open the box and remove one of the two batteries. The other is provided as a replacement when the first one dies. It is a commonly used CR2032 3-volt battery. Place the battery with the plus side out under the plastic tab inside the remote. Then snap down, and it's in securely. Hook the end of the cover over the front of the fob. And while holding the front, press the cover down and snap on. I'm not sure how long the battery will last, but on previous cars they could work for a couple years. In addition, I purchased a rubber cover for the key fob, mostly for protection, and it allows it to be attached to a keychain. To put it on, just insert the front of the fob and push it in. Obviously, this is an optional item, and if this one isn't your style, I have seen a wide variety of other covers, including rubber band types and carbon fiber enclosures. A secondary benefit is that the button locations are clearly marked on it. So that wraps up the introduction and unboxing portion of this video. The next part covers how these various devices work. When you receive your Tesla, you will get two keycards that are paired to the car. We will add the other access items seen in this video with this card. I unlinked one of my keycards from the car so that I can show you how it works. Go to the main car menu and then select Locks. On the upper right side, press the plus button. Now we take the new card and place it on the area behind the cup holder. The screen will now tell you to remove the card and place the existing key card to approve pairing. At this point, the screen will show the new card is now paired with the car. The buttons next to the key card will allow you to link it to a profile and also rename the key card, and the trash can will delete the key card. For example, I'm going to rename the existing key card to Matt's key card. Now for setting up the smart ring. The ring works in the same way as the key card. I press plus to add the new key. The screen will ask you to place the new key card onto the reader, but we will instead use the ring. Now remove the ring and place the existing paired key card onto the reader. The screen will now show that the new key is paired. Notice that it is called Unknown Key. I will now rename it to Smart Ring. When I place the smart ring on the reader, it will go to the top of the list as shown here. And like the keycard, you can associate it with a different profile, you can rename it, and you can delete it. The last thing I'm doing is setting up the key fob. As with the others, I go to the locks menu and press the plus button on the top right to add the key fob. I take the key fob and place it on the reader that is in back of the cup holders. After you do that, now it says to tap the existing key onto the reader to approve pairing. And just like that, the new key fob is now linked to the car. It's also interesting that it says unknown key here instead of key fob, like it did with the smart ring. And now I'll rename this too. So that finishes up the setup part of the video. Now that all of the access methods of the card, the ring, and the fob are ready, I'll show you how they work. To unlock, place the keycard roughly in the middle of the B pillar. By the way, only the driver's side B pillar works for locking or unlocking. And here I'll try it again, showing it locking. Up next is a smart ring. Right now the car is unlocked. Tap the fingers onto the B pillar and it will lock. Note that I don't touch the ring directly to the car. It's about a ½ inch away. Let me try it again to do the unlock. Here's a close-up of my knuckles touching the B pillar. And finally we have the key fob. To lock, press the top of the key fob. And to unlock, you have to do a double button press. Let's go around to the front. Press the area of the key fob above the T logo. Do a double press to open the frunk. Going around to the back of the car, now I will press the back part of the key fob twice to open the trunk. In proximity mode, you can just keep the key fob in your pocket. I have it out right now just for display. And it works the same for the trunk. Just press the trunk button and it opens. For those curious on how all these methods of access weigh, here are the results. The key fob weighs 26 grams or just under an ounce. The key card weighs 4 grams or about 0.2 ounce. And lastly, the smart ring weighs 2 grams or 0.1 ounce. When you're inside the car, there are a couple ways to lock and unlock the vehicle. Press the key icon that's on the top menu bar of the screen. You can also press the key button that's on the car's avatar on the left side of the screen. You can see it right here. If we go into the car's main menu, and then to locks like we did earlier in the setup process. Below the keys are a list of other options that you can adjust. With the window lock button activated, other windows cannot be opened from other than the driver's controls. Child lock prevents the rear doors from being opened from the inside. The walk-away door lock allows the car to lock automatically after you leave the car. And if you press the exclude home button, it will not auto lock when you're at home. Unlock on park means that when you shift into park from drive or reverse, the car unlocks. If you don't like that for security reasons, leave it off. The car left open notifications are handy in case you accidentally leave a window open or if a door is not fully closed. And like the other option, you can exclude home if you don't want this to occur. The lock confirmation sound makes a beep noise after you leave and that the car is locked. The closed windows unlock is a nice feature to have so that the car doesn't get wet on the inside if it rains. Pin to drive adds an extra layer of security in case you lose your keycard or key fob. Turn this on and you can make a 4-digit pin for access. When you take the car out of park, the prompt for the 4-digit pin comes up. Enter the code and then you can drive. Don't worry if you ever forget the pin because you can reset it with access to your Tesla account. You can also set a pin to the glove box. Don't worry, these are not the pin codes that I use. Enter the 4-digit code and it opens. Like I mentioned earlier, if you ever do forget the PIN codes to the drive or to the glove box, you can easily enter your Tesla account information and password to do a reset. In summary, there are 4 ways using your keycard, smart ring, key fob, or smartphone that you can use to lock and unlock and other access means for your Model 3 or Model Y. There's simply no other car that offers so many ways to do this. The smart ring and key fob are accessories, so if you want them, they will be extra. The key fob is officially made by Tesla. The smart rings are made by several other companies. See the video description for links to any of these items. And that wraps up the access and locking video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next video.